I'm not going to ask you the question because so many people have answered the question about Ambassador former President George Manawiya. He's coming back. Can you speak to what we heard a few weeks back that the president is not well, but yet and still we saw the president in one of these countries with FIFA and the president trip to America. Some people deny it, but most recently, Ronaldo and the FIFA team met President Donald Trump, and President Weah was no show. What was the story behind those things? Is he coming back? When will he start speaking? When will people see the real George Manawiya?
Listen, Stanton, I can understand the anxiety of even citizens and Liberian people to see President Weah back on the political stage. But sometimes it's always good when you go in these elections for you to take a step back and give the ruling party an opportunity to organize and lead the people. And what you have to do as a political person is to go and be quiet and understand what went wrong. Why is it that you lost? And how you can reorganize your party. The reality is President Weah is a new political animal. So he does not have to come back to try to sell himself to the Liberian people. Individuals in politics, normal politics, individuals who come on the stage early are individuals who are not known. You need to sell yourself. You want the Liberian people to know you, or you want the population to know you wherever you are running. You want people to get to know you. But President Weah is known. So for some of us who are President Weah advisors, we are telling him, Mr. President, you don't need to start running around because you are already known. What we need to do is to organize the party. The party has some problem. We made some mistakes in certain area. We need to reorganize. You need to rest yourself. Liberian people know you. They tested you. They know what you're capable of doing. 2 years to the election, then you can come and begin to re-engage with your people. So the president is doing well. The president is good. I can't speak to FIFA issue because I don't have much knowledge of the FIFA issue. What I do know is that the trip and Ronaldo made at the White House was not a FIFA engagement. It was a trip led by the Saudi the Saudi Crown Prince. It was a business trip, and you know that Ronaldo played in Saudi Arabia, and therefore he was invited along with the Saudi Crown Prince to go to this to the White House. That was not a FIFA arrangement. It was not a FIFA delegation. What I know is that the FIFA conference was held in Morocco. President Weah, as you know, is there's a bad feedback. I don't know where the feedback is coming from.
Yeah, we
As you
good.
know,
That's
President
right.
Weah
Kev, can you mute yourself, Kev? Chief. Go ahead, Chief.
as you know, President Weah is I think he's the head of the FIFA football panel against racism. You saw that in Morocco where he co-chaired the conference, the final conference, along with the FIFA president. So the president is doing fairly good. He's well. I just spoke to him therefore yesterday. He was on his way from Europe to Accra. He's good. He's doing well. Look, listen, President Weah is a human being. I do understand his sympathizers, his supporters. When they hear he's not feeling well, whether it's true or not, they will be concerned because he's a human being. Look, when they Jesus Christ, I know they not get sick, but the president is doing very well. And some of the people who wishing the president to be sick, that those who believe that the president, no, and that's the thing that worries me is that Unity Party is more worried about President Weah than worried about war in the country, and that is the issue I'm concerned about. Quite recently, before then, President Barker said in one of the cabinet meetings, he said, "Look, if you are in my government and you are concerned about 2029, you need to resign. You need to resign because my government should be focused on delivering for the Liberian people." That's not my word. That's the word of the president. And the president, again, I think at the July 26th program, the president said things were not good in the country. Things were very bad. The businesses were not working. And he was naming his vice president to head a panel to investigate why is it that things are bad in the country. Those are not my words. Those are the words of the president. So the president is acknowledging that things are going very bad. And the president made a two decisions. Forget about 2029. Look at the people. Things are not working. Mr. Vice President, the economy is bad. I'm setting a panel, you're going to head it. Give me a result in 45 days. But it appears to me that Unity Party is not concerned about all these things. They are more concerned about political contestation. And so every day is about competition. Who pull in the bigger crowd? Not to, December 6th, they want to prove to the Liberian people, not about bread and butter issue. They want to prove to the Liberian people that they're ready for election. And so you heard my statement. And I said, look, Unity Party, let's resolve this issue. If you believe you're so powerful, you're doing well for the country. Now you're not following the president's message. You are more worried about 2029. Let them do the honorable thing. Let the president and the vice president resign because of what the constitution calls for. Create a vacancy. When the vacancy is created, you can call early election. Election can be called. And to call early election, you just have to resign. If I were to resign today as senator of McGill County, there will be an election in 90 days because of what the constitution says. So the president, the Unity Party people saying they are more concerned about election than running the country. As their own president have said, let's be worried about running the country than election. But they are more worried about proving to the Liberian people that they are more popular than CDC. Only one question or only one condition can answer that question of popularity. Who is more popular? The election. So since 2029, 3 years away,
Yeah,
and Unity Party want to hold the election now, they can just ask
Senator,
their president Vice to create the vacancy so we can have the election. Then
so
we see what else.
we're going to come to this. We're going to come to this, but I want to finish up with CDC, and then we'll give the guys a chance to come in with their question. We got some good gentlemen on the show tonight. I want to say to you though, what did you do 2016, 2017? 2017, January or February, I was at one of our parties and you walk in, and Jacob Akoli, you walk straight to him on the table, you shook his hand, and Jake said, that's the CDC party chairman, but we're going to beat him. Jake said that. And you look at Jake, you laugh, both of you guys laugh, and you went about your business. But you won 2017. You won. What happened then compared to 2023? And what can you do differently for 2029 victory?
Sorry, the weather is bad in Monrovia. The weather is bad, so the internet is cracking here.
Yeah, but you heard my question, right?
No, repeat. I didn't hear.
I said, 2017, you walk in the Boulevard Party, you shook Jake hand, you were going against Unity Party, you was going against his uncle Joseph Yiman Bwaka 2017. And Jake looked in your eyes and said, we're going to beat you guys. You laughed, you shook hand, you went about your business. You won 2017. Joel became president January 2018. 2023, Unity Party beat you guys. But McGill was in. You was in the party chairman. What did you do then that you can do 2029 to bring back Unity, to bring back CDC? And
you see, Stanton. Let me say this. Stanton. God gave everybody I want to give, and I'm not boasting. God gave everybody I want to give. I'm not the smartest guy, but politically, I'm one of the best because I know how to win elections. 2017, I told the president, there were a lot of people who went to president. We are in the president. You can't be president. You have to run to be vice president. You have to run on the ticket. You have to be vice president to either Charles Bronski or someone before you become president of Liberia. And I said to the president, Mr. President, you will be president of Liberia. We'll make sure we put the coalition together for the first time in Liberian political history. The president and I, we orchestrated a political chemistry and built a coalition that defeated the Unity Party. A lot of things are happening, my man. I can't tell you that secret. Plenty of secret happening. A lot of things happening. Will you Unity Party own strength to defeat Unity Party? There were times you saw Bronski. Bronski had 60 people along with my friend Musa Belende. They were appearing they were going to win. People were resigning from CDC and were just laughing. When the time came, we put a political chemistry together. We launched our insurgency, political insurgency, and we defeated the Unity Party. And so I wouldn't tell you what we did to defeat Unity Party because it's a secret. In 2018, 2023, the election was going to be over in March. The election was going to be over in March 2023. My brother, you know when you put in the poll of March, and I would say this, people, whether you believe it, you don't want to believe it, I can tell you. There was no way that Nathaniel McGill was going to be Minister of State and Unity Party were going to win the election. The election was going to be over in March of 2023. The election was already over. But because they knew that I was the fulcrum, and they developed a scheme, that eliminated me from the process. And the guy who put the chemistry together will not tell you, but we have already established it. We found out our intelligence has revealed why CDC lost. And I always say to sedition that don't blame the people, you got to blame CDC itself, because we made some mistake. Even our colleagues who left them made some terrible mistake, and that's the reason why the party lost the election. Because there was no reason why CDC should have lost that election. And I can guarantee you, and they know, the party people know that Nathaniel McGill, along with President Weah, if I were in CDC leading the process, there is no way, absolutely no way they're going to win the election. Because the election was already over. There were people who came to me, Stanton, you know that I know, and you know a lot of story. And we can see on the platform. You know that most of the United Party guys are celebrating today were already negotiating with me for job to be appointed in the next government. You know that. United Party I was running United Party from right from my heart. I was running United Party. I was running all the opposition party from right here. And so that was the issue. The issue is
we want to squeeze all our questions in, guys. We got Nathaniel McGill, the Punky Palm, McGill Senator. It's going to be a very good program. You want to share the show, invite somebody. Let's make this historical today. We can only have this guy once or twice a year, so we got to give him nothing but the best shot. Minister McGill, I usually say Minister, Senator McGill. If that is the case, you want your election being a sanctioned minister then. Why couldn't you have CDC under that vanguard? Did the cat eat his own baby? Did sedition turn against you? I mean, these are questions people want to know because you ran.
Stanton, I don't want to go into CDC and McGill's story.
Okay.
I will take that story at a different time. And I want to deal with the situation right now because the CDC and McGill story will see.
How can you make this new CDC now, or if that would be a new CDC, how can you give them that victory 2029? You are not
listen, Stanton, we understand the United Party strategy. And all the guys who United Party, all the guys who made United Party win, they are all my friends. The guy who made United Party to win, they are my friends. They know my political ability. They understand my political strategy. I'm a guy who lead. When I lead a process, I don't miss target. You don't see me talking too much. When I decide to launch an insurgency, political insurgency, I want to make sure that I will take down my opponent. And I can guarantee you, we are having meetings in CDC. We are consulting. We are building a formidable force. 2029 will be a very important year. And that's the reason why I challenged the Unity Party yesterday. Because I'm tired and sick of the noise, that they are powerful, that they can deliver. And I'm ready to say, if you really believe that you can win an election, I challenge you, let the president and vice president resign, create a vacancy. There's no provision in the Constitution that says when you resign, you can contest. The Constitution only says that if the president and vice president resign, an election can be called in 90 days, the speaker will preside. And I'm willing, if they can let resolve this issue. It almost like Stanton coming, it almost like the boxer, the champion. I've seen it where you see in the boxing ring, or you see the champion get his belt, and he say you want to take on someone, the man put a belt on the line and say, you know why, when you beat me, you can't take my belt. He calls somebody. So you know that party is strong. They know that, but we can beat CDC, we're strong, we'll get money, we can do this. Let's resolve this issue. I'm tired and sick. Look, Stanton, let me tell you something. As chairman on education, I'm currently resolving a serious national crisis in the MCSS. The teacher almost went on strike last Monday. The protest had to ask me as the committee chair. I am not trying to resolve that. We're trying to run government here. But you guys are interested In politics, what are they making noise? They're not talking about running the country. Even the president tired and sick of the situation. The president himself had to go to cabinet meeting and say, look, y'all forgot about 2029, let's run the country. But he got not interested in running the country, interested in election. So if they're interested in election, let's go to election and let's resolve it and let's focus on Labrador job. And I said, McGill, if you want me to, if the president resign and the vice president resign, I will also resign my seat because I know if I can take on anybody, McGill, and win the election.
So that's what
Anybody
we right
can
now.
take on McGill.
Guys, I'm Gibson. The honorable senator, we're going to bring Gibson Jerry on, and we're going to go through the roundtable. Guys, your question, we're going to come to today, but give me your question. Give me your best shot. We got to squeeze Senator McGill because once we have him, it's hard to get him again. So, Gibson, let's hear you, my friend.
How you doing, Senator McGill? This is Gibson Jeru.
Gibson Jeru, you know, and for a very long time, I've not spoken to you. You were the first guy in analyst that I made friend with before Stanton Seeker. And so I'm happy to see you. And I've been following you. I say, you know, Gibson. I knew the Gibson guy for a long time. When I used to work with Telecom, Gibson was my man.
Yeah.
Well, happy to see you, Gibson. I'm happy to see you.
It's good to see you again. It's good to see you. You know, first of all, thank you for all the things, including your election as a senator. But I want to ask a lot of people. I mean, I just want you to clarify something. A lot of people tend to blame you about George Weah administration. They think that you micromanage George Weah office. Can you give us a clarification today? Did you?
No, Gibson. No Liberian will tell you that I micromanage President Weah office. In fact, Liberians are praising me today that there have been no minister of state in the history of Liberia. During my tenure as minister, I always took the president from the mansion to the streets. The president was always in the street meeting people, going on the street checking projects. Even the opposition, people in the opposition know today that when I left the Ministry of State, people say, "But man, there was no way to get to the president." So people were accusing me, Gibson. I was a guy who believed in straight rule. If I say you gotta do this, you gotta do this. I did not ever micromanage the president. In fact, the president was the most accessible person. The president used to meet people. I was not even around the president most of the time. Most of the time, I was doing my job. The president knows that. And I don't understand how people say poor micromanage president we are. The man used to be around talking with people. The guy was the most liberal president I've ever seen. The man playing basketball, ordinary people, meeting people and talking to them. Meeting people, lecturing with people. I've not seen any president before. Let me tell you, Gibson. Before I went to the mansion, when they said young men coming up, I used to be afraid to even pass in front of the mansion. I used to be afraid to even talk to the president.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be afraid when I passed in front of the mansion, my legs used to be streaming. Because the presidency supposed to be afraid of the presidency. But because we are the presidency is so simple. The guy was talking to ordinary people. I don't know where people come from. They come with this story of president. We are being micromanaged. Oh no, the man will never be micromanaged. In fact, the man will never allow somebody to manage in a way to taking away from the people. The guy all want to be around people. Look at what the man does. The man playing basketball, ordinary people. When you go to president, we are all sometimes tell the president, Mr. President, you when I see you, you make it appear like you make it appear you're not even president of Liberia. Look at the place. You eat your ordinary people. You sit down with people and talk. So where the whole story of micromanaging coming from? No president in the history of Liberia who have made himself accessible to ordinary Liberian than President Weah. My man, you saw most of the time in Nima country, we're traveling, the man will get out and walk and go buy a queso and put it in plastic bag. Which other president Liberia will do that? Put it in plastic bag, black plastic bag, like eating queso with the people. You call that man micromanaging people. The guy in the ghetto eat, the man president will eating queso with in black plastic bag. In Nima country, in the streets, we're traveling, the man will get out and walk to the people. And you call that one micromanage? I know where that story comes from, Gibson. The only people who fear me, who are making it like I want to micromanage the man. There were people who were there against me because I was so strict. I was having cabinet ministers do their job. If the president wanted something, you cabinet minister, you don't deliver.
Senator, I beg of Gibson question. You said people are against you. internally or externally only? Because it wasn't a one-way street.
Yeah, but you know, let me tell you something. The reality is some of my colleagues have problems. Some of my colleagues in the cabinet have
Okay.
problems because
All right.
some of my colleagues in the cabinet have problems. But I can tell you, never a day will try to manage. If I president, we will not allow somebody to micromanage him because the first thing, the man his love for human being, his love for human being will not allow you to say you stop being. Give it not possible. I honestly look at the man. Even today, it's not possible to stop President We are from meeting people. It's not just possible. Because himself, the man himself, his love for people, the man make himself so ordinary that the presidency of Liberia it was so ordinary that the man will meet anybody and talk to people. The man will go sit down and play. Look, some people you say, President, we are playing Lulu with people. The man not doing it because he wanted to play Lulu, but he wanted to make the president as a modest office that even the president can do the thing layman can do. President, we are setting an example.
I think, Senator, we got to squeeze in more questions. Gibson, your second question.
I mean, I'm going to ask this question. I know it's going to please you. In my first round, it's very quiet. But here's the thing: do you think President Weah, how President Weah take the 2023 election? Did he see himself as a loser? Did he see himself as a person who was giving way for Liberian people to try a new method? How did he perceive that election?
I don't. Well, you know, Gibson, the reality is, firstly, I must admit, Liberian people know, but knowing the man, I was not very close with the election, with the campaign. I wasn't very close with the campaign, but what I can say to you, that President Weah was looking at several things. You know, African politics, the first thing is a belief that when you are the incumbent, you will want to rig the election. And people are making series of threats in the country. I want to believe, President, we have love for country. Love for country. The president had right to even challenge the result because the election had a lot of discrepancies. A lot of things were happening. In Nimba County, there were even the election commission acknowledged that there were a lot of discrepancies in Nimba County. There were room for recall. I mean, they to go and review the result in
So challenge the result that you
to
made.
challenge the result. And the president decided that, look, that wasn't necessary. If the president wanted to put the country into the process of challenging the result, he said, but the man, an incumbent president, he wants to cheat, he wants to rig the election, he wants to do this, people begin to shoot people. Check the history. I think he was worried that what will happen if I try to challenge this process. Maybe the people will be chaotic. I don't want to see one blot of the Liberian people wasted just because of my desire to be president. So if the presidency means so much to the people, and I love this country, I don't want to see one single blood or somebody shot as it was done in 2017 when people in 2011, I mean, as it was done CZ compound when people were shot and killed because of election. President Weah said to himself, I do not want to see that. And because of that, I'm willing, even though I have some rights to challenge this process, I wouldn't challenge it. What I would do, in fact, for the first time, I would take the phone and call President Bwakai to say he had won the election. A lot of citizens were angry, but he acted in the supreme interest of the Liberian people to say, let's get an opportunity. I know it's painful to some of my partisans, but what is good is that no Liberian will die, no Liberian will be killed. Guess what? There was tension in the air in Liberia, extreme tension. And if the president and China result gets in, people are going to be shooting all around the place. Some people are going to be going around breaking into people's home, thinking that he wants to rig the election because he's the incumbent president. I'll tell you something. The former ambassador of the United States to the UN, Ambassador Lena Thomas Griffiths, issued a letter warning the government not to rig the election. All the things were sending mixed signal. And I believe, Ambassador, we are law for Liberia acted in a supreme interest. But now we see how the country is being run. So more people are saying, thank you, President Weah. You gave opportunity to the United Party to rule. You decided to bury your political desire for the good of the country. We've seen the result. Now we think it's time for you to come back. And I can guarantee you, Gibson, in order that you people will not believe that they will go around insulting. Gibson, I can guarantee you, President Weah will win on the first round 2029. If it don't happen,
President Weah will win
don't
on the
never
first
trust
round
me.
2029. Stanton, I want you to let me please
2029.
squeeze this one question in, Senator McGill.
Go ahead.
You are one
Go
of the
ahead.
architects of the harmonization process. I know your hands, your fingers, everything, your ear, were all into that harmonization. Why is it difficult for Unity Party that criticize that harmonization? Why is it difficult for them to introduce something new?
They will not do it because you know what? They already get problem with IMF. What they're doing right now, they're hiding the money. They're hiding the money. They will never ever do it.
I don't know
They
when you
will
run.
they will never ever do it to take that process because they know that they will have problem with the IMF. They will never ever do it. I challenge them 200 times. They will not do it. What they're doing right now?
Budget, Senator. I'm
I
putting
come in.
the
Give me a
topic
chance,
in the
Stanton.
chat room. We'll discuss the budget, Senator. I'm begging you. Let's take
No,
the
man,
floor.
asking about harmonization.
It's
Harmonization.
part of the budget. It's part of the
They
budget discussion.
will never ever do it. I challenge them 200 times. They will never change harmonization because the first thing, they're running the budget, they're running the salary above the rate that IMF have set. They will never ever do it. All they will do right now, the budget going to the budget going to 1.2 billion now. Why they increase salary? If they knew they could reverse harmonization, why they didn't reverse it? The budget going to 1.2 billion. Why they didn't reverse it? But they have an opportunity to reverse it.
Okay, let's take the tentative one off. Let's take the spoon one off. We'll come to the substance. This is a sitting senator. We're talking about Oranto All Black, and the next black or all black we'll discuss it. We'll discuss the Senate, exactly what is happening. We'll discuss so many issues. We will get to the budget. I want to bring in my brother Winfrey Russell, Emmanuel George Kev. We'll keep you for last. I beg you, please consider. Russell, just off. The letter that was written from Linda Thomas Greenfield to President Weah. So can you explain, President Weah got scared?
No, not a letter written. It was a statement issue.
Yes.
Not the President Weah. They issued a statement. And the statement is on record that the government should not cheat. That means there was an assumption that the government was going to rig the election. And if you get someone like the ambassador of the United States at the UN issues such a statement, that's a signal. That's a signal. And President, we have been a careful person and a man who had true love for this country, not for his ambition, decided that, Lord, you know what? If I attempt to even challenge this process, which is my right, people will assume that I'm attempting to rig the process. And probably someone may be killed for that purpose. And as someone who don't want to see a single blood share for my business, I will surrender this presidency for the good of Liberia, which he did. And today, some of us are praising President Weah for that decision. And Liberian people are beginning to see the difference. So a lot of things happening. I can say a lot of things. Sometimes we don't talk because I see people praising the government on this, on that road project. People talking about Bokami street light on the RI road. Those street lights were designed by President Weah. The RI road was criticized by the people.
We will get there. Let me bring in Russell. Brother Russell from there, Emmanuel George. We'll bring in Tamba Agaras and our brother. Welcome to the show, Kanyo Bagbara. Russell, your two questions. This is getting very interesting, folks. Share the show. Let's have fun with Senator McGill as we speak on national issues. Brother Russell.
Thank you, Stanton. And again, it's great being here. Welcome, Senator McGill. My first question to you is, why should the Liberian people entrust the country to the CDC, to President Weah, who had it for 6 years, and according to all indication, did a terrible job
by what measurement?
On all levels. Why should they entrust
Give me one example. Give me one example.
And George Weah again.
Okay, give me one example. If you say we did a terrible job, give me one example. So let me ask you a question. By giving free education to Liberian students, a terrible job.
Sir, I'm here to ask. Sir,
I'm asking you.
For you to ask
I'm asking you because these are team president we are did. Listen, these are team president we are did. I'm using your statement.
Okay.
He did a terrible job. Is providing free YFE, which your government has not cannot even acknowledge. They can reverse it. Giving free education to all university students in public school, free tuition. They can't reverse that. If those were terrible, why haven't they reversed it? If party harmonization was terrible, why haven't they reversed it? They've been there 2 years. They have raised a budget of $2.1 billion. I mean, the $1.2 billion. Why haven't they reversed it? Those were the things, President, we had there. If those were terrible things, why haven't they reversed it? You are saying that. I said, give me an example. Don't just speak. Don't say something that you can defend. I'm saying, give me an example of the terrible job that President we had. Then we can discuss it. But if you can't say just making an assumption, then there's no reason for me to even delve into the question. Because I just gave you an example of what President we had did. Building the road, building RIA road, is that terrible? Is it terrible to do RIA road today? When we're doing road, the United Party people say they're not road the people will eat, but they're celebrating road today all over the place. They're celebrating road. So what is it they're doing that is different? What is it they're doing that is different from the CDC that we need to be celebrating it? That CDC they didn't do. You talk about road that President we are. You talk about building structure, the NOCA building that President we are. The LTA building that President we are. These are team President we are there celebrating it. The RIA road today, they say they coming post street light there from the road. That President we are. That project was structured in the mansion by President we are. He said the RIA road was so dark. His friend Adolf Lauren.
Again, guys, you got to stop calling the senator. Senator, I hope you can turn to your tablet or another cell phone because it's interesting, but we got to be connected. Yes, Senator.
Let me see.
Senator, we can hear you. Can you hear us? Okay. Again, what will you say though, Russell? Talk to me because I believe the senator was coming back on your heart with that your first question. Let's see, Senator, can you hear us?
So sorry, internet. So Winfred, when you say President, we are did terrible. I say, give me an example. You can give me an example. Then you just need to apologize because nothing he did wrong. But give me an example. I just gave you things that President we had did. The RIA road is a terrible decision. You're celebrating RIA road today. You are celebrating it. You're talking about
Senator, give the panelists Russell the chance to respond to your question. I mean, let's have conversation here. You listen.
Yeah, let be conversational.
Yeah,
let be conversational.
So let's go back to Russell.
So you say the man did. You say he did terrible. He said he did terrible job. I said, give me an example.
So, so my purpose on this show is to ask the hard questions, and that's what we try to do.
Factual question. Factual questions.
Sir, I did not interrupt you now, so give me a chance, right? But we're here to ask the hard questions, the questions that the Liberian people would like us to ask. So I'm asking those questions. Now, if you look at the image, the international reputation and the image of the country under the Weah administration, when you were there, we saw how many numbers of, the number of people who got sanctioned. They had a pretty terrible image internationally, okay? They rolled from EWA to RIA, it's only 28 miles. How long does it take to construct a 28-mile road? That road is being under construction when you were there to this administration and all. So you look at job creation, it was pretty poor, right? If you look at the penetration of healthcare, it was also pretty poor. So there are a lot of indicators we can look at.
You're just making assumptions. You're not talking facts. First of all, saying United Party came into power, how many jobs did not create international foreign jobs in terms of international trade? How many in terms of investment? How many jobs did not create? Saying you're talking about poor, how many jobs have they created? How many investment jobs have they created? So what is the difference United Party has done outside President we are? Nothing. They can't say anything. The same thing President we are there. Like the same thing they're doing. They're building. In fact, they are building on everything President with the foundation President we are laid. That the foundation United Party is building on. They have not done anything new. There's no new project that United Party have initiated. The only new road project that I know they're coming to do, that a new concession they're trying to pass for the guy from Freetown. In fact, most of the road are already on a concession. Most of the road are already on concessions. They said concession was a bad thing to do to get road concession agreement to people. They gave road concession agreement to people. So what is the new thing? If we talk about sanction came at the late days. Sanctions are political too. I don't want to even dwell on the sanction issue because those are political too. So those things were never done during the regime, during the functioning period of President Weah. Mind you, President Weah operated even during COVID when we had a pandemic. And the country was still normal. Things were happening. Projects were ongoing. Imagine if United Party has a face such like a pandemic like COVID. What will happen with United Party? They have not done anything new. I challenge them to bring me to show me any new program. The road from Ganta to Dredru. It's a CDC project. The money was acquired and contract was signed by CDC. The road started under President Weah. So nothing new is happening. Nothing new. But because government is continuing, okay, we praise the government for continuing the program. They're doing well by continuing the program. But they assume that those projects is a result of Unity Party's own initiative. I disagree. That's not true. Education, health. You talk about health penetration. President Weah built one of the most modern hospitals that cost more than $28 million in Bapolu, and you say there was no health penetration. So I don't understand why maybe you're just talking out of the blue sky, but there's no facts. I'm giving you a fact. Health penetration in places like Riverside, we built hospital there. We talk about penetration. Because we had a Jackson F. Doe Hospital in Nima County, in Tapeta, President, we have made sure that we would take Kota Road there. The contract was signed between China Railroad number 7. You want to dispute it, go and see who's doing the road. The road started under President Weah. What if President Weah are going to win? The road are going to be completed. Even let's assume President Weah didn't win. If Kwame are going to win, the road are going to be completed. Even if Seymour Freeman are going to win, the road are going to be completed. So you'll get the glory to Seymour Freeman. So any president would have won, that president would say that they don't want to do it. Not because of anything new that the United Party is doing. They're not doing anything new. There's no effort initiated by United Party. The good thing here is the president said they will implement. But what I'm saying, the president himself has acknowledged that there are problems in the country. There are problems. So to assume that President Weah did not do anything and you're building on the foundation that President Weah laid, it's a big fallacy and deception. It's a deception. I don't want you people to say the man didn't do something. You talk about sanction business. The man really called you for 2.5 years and you talk about sanction business. What sanction thing? Okay, you put me on sanction. But my sanction was political sanction. We're just trying to eliminate me from the political structure because the election was over.
So let me bring in the other guys. Thank you very much. Are you done, Mr. Russell, before we go to Emmanuel George? Are you done, sir?
Yes, I am.
Thank you very much. Emmanuel from ANC, we welcome you, my brother. Good to have you sitting in studio with Senator McGill.
Thank you, Stanton. Good evening, Gibson, Kev, Tamba, Councilor Bala, and Betty D. Good evening, Liberian people. Good evening, Honorable Senator. How are you today, sir?
Thank you, my dear brother. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. Senator McGill, are you a wealthy man?
Very poor, my brother. No money. I don't get money. Fast and I yet. Even the hall while living in the hall with the big hall, the big issue about. You know what? After they can see the horse, Stanton already know the story about the horse. He know the story. The whole story behind how I acquired the horse. Stanton knows it. I didn't get money from government. He knows that. I never got no money from government to build it. I don't even build the horse. The horse I struggle to pay for it. So I'm not worth it, man. I'm a poor guy.
Okay, thank you. That answered the second half of the question I have. But Senator McGill, there's this, and thank you for coming on the show. It's good to interact with you. There is this Mohammed Abdullahi at this project called the Millennium Corporation Project. I don't know if you're aware of that. It's alleged that that you a partner to him in that project, and that
What they call Mohammed Abdullah? What they call it?
he owns this. You know the project that I think President Weah did the groundbreaking. If I'm not
Where?
the project opposite the Kessley Barrack.
Oh, the house there, the project rent to Dwason, yeah?
Yes, that project.
Man, fucking loud. I get zero. I get my man. Myself, the man get money. The man was giving money to the man. Small money, man. Myself running behind the man to say, "Oh, the man can get my heart. I can't even get my heart. I got nothing there." They see what the poor get proud with. I see what I get proud with the man.
Okay, so it was at your time when that you were a minister of state at that time.
The reality is, no, I don't have no interest. I don't have any share in that man project. The man had arrangement. The man would have built a small housing unit to help the military people. So the man said he could raise money, and we encouraged him. We went to the military. We went to the people of Dwason to say, look, that man can help, because he was running the I think the Crystal Hotel now. The Crystal Hotel, you call it Millennium Hotel at that time. He was running there. He said he could access some money to come and build. And because the military were coming from Mali, they never had the opportunity. They had their money. So we said, well, if I can build low cost housing, it will help the military. So you had an agreement with the military. And the military that were coming from Mali wanted them to use their money to build something for themselves. Say Mohammed said he could do something. So he and the community went to the agreement. So a lot of people invested small money, some $20,000, some $10,000, to say what he could do. But in the end, I think he deviated from the process. Even he in the military have an issue now. A lot of people from America have an issue with him, including myself. I get friends, some lawmakers, some friends who went to him and gave small money to just build 2 bedrooms for them, and he had problem with them. They had problem with him. He never delivered. So I have no dealing with him in terms of business relationship. Absolutely not.
Okay, thank you for that explanation, Senator. As a sitting senator who knew about this process, who, according to your explanation, seems to have been part of this process, that many Liberians have been duped by Mr. Mohammed Abdullah. Do you think as a senator, you're going to take it as part of your responsibility?
No, but you see, the country is a country of laws. If you have a private relationship with Mohammed and he dupe you, I don't know the dealing. I was not involved in the negotiation. So they people have the right to go to court and sue him. The government here, the current government here, they can go to court. My brother, as I speak to you, that people who took my money, land money, people went and sold land to me. Somebody land was for somebody. There's a land Marshall I bought. That land was actually for someone, and the owner king, and I lost my property. The other people now in court with them. I'm not using my position. I'm using the law. So if somebody dupe you, go to court. Go to court, sue them. You have a right to go to court. But they're not part of my function to go be suing people because a private relationship. I can't take somebody's private case and answer it. Why I can advocate that people's rights should be protected? I think it's wrong. It was wrong for Muhammad to take people money and make them believe that he can build a house for them. Right now, even in Liberia, I'm telling you, that even some of my friends have a problem with Mohammed. Close friend of mine who gave him money. They can't find him. We can't even find him. And someone have gone to court. He and the community have issue. The lawmaker of the community have reported to me. I'm working with the lawmaker to make sure that Duagon people's rights are protected. Because people in my community have also lost property in that area in my country. So I'm working along with them in ways that I'm not, because I don't control the judiciary. We have to follow the legal remedy to resolve it, to make sure that those who have investment there get their money. I understand Mohammed is selling some property. People are going there and buying the property. And so they are following the legal process. But I have no business dealing with Mohammed. People assume everything in this country. Oh, McGill get everything, but they're not true. My brother, not true. There are things I don't even know about people associated with me. Absolutely not. People don't know the truth. People say I get $5 million in my mother grave. My mother doesn't 2021, she been buried. And I can't go there. So if $5 million there, even the guy say Moses who buried my mom. He thinks the Moses was $5 million there, and I leave from there, will leave the money there, and I seen that. See, Moses will go back and take the money. The guy doing business. He see $5 million I go bury, he can't go there, you're not going to take the money. You really believe that, man? All of you guys are rational people. Are rational people. See, most of that business, that thing he's doing to be burying people that money he's looking for. And they got to take $5 million and put it in a casket and go bury it somewhere. You think that money will stay there?
So, Senator, let's talk about this. Senator, thank you very much. Sorry to interrupt you, Emmanuel, but your question. I'm Jemima Wolokori, the former Deputy Minister at Commerce. Under your government, now the board member with LCAA under this government, accusing you that you're a friend to this guy and this guy stole her money and you threw it away. She directly accusing you.
Let me tell you something. Jemima is my big sister. I love Jemima so much. But sometimes we gotta do the thing right. Jemima have a relationship with the man. She got $20,000 under the agreement that the man was gonna build a house for $20,000. The guy built an apartment. The apartment cost more than $200,000. The guy said, since Jemima never gave him 1 cent again. Since she gave him the $20,000. So Jemima went and seized one of the main property. The current Jemima seized, that property cost around maybe 200. According to the guy, it cost 200 to 300,000. I don't know the value of the property. So she took the property. I've not seen a guy for the last since I left the government. I've not seen a guy. I think I saw him once. So I called Jemima. I said, Jemima, what is the issue? She called me. She said, oh, the man gets on security there. She want to go take the thing. So I said to Jemima, if you get issue, go to court. If you get a man $20,000, the horse you're taking, the horse cost, even in America, the mortgage business, the man say, according to him, he said you also be paying and you failed to pay. You went more than 2-3 years, you never came back. The man get $20,000, but you say the man get a horse that you go into the horse. So go sit down with the man, you resolve it, man. The cost of the horse is not $20,000. They're not $20,000. So you have to find Jemima. No, Jemima loves to go to court. Jemima is a property owner. She's a real estate owner in Liberia. She know how this thing happen. I don't have to be teaching you. But what Jemima want me to do? I'm not minister. I don't have power to go there and take the poor one and give it to her. I said, Jemima, I can't do that. I don't own the property. The man, okay, I knew the man was in the government. Because I was in the government, people were doing things. I had to know these people. Because even for the guy to do the whole along with the military, and I live here, I was helping the military. The military people consulted with me. And we try to work something along with the community where the people live. But I don't run the man business. It's not because I know you, Jemima, and because I know you, if you went and committed a crime, somebody say, oh, McGill knows Jemima, therefore McGill is responsible for Jemima's crime. No. I'm not responsible for your crime. You can't spend $20,000 now. You want to take a horse across.
Senator, we got to move on. I beg you.
So Jemima can go to court and resolve our issue. So Jemima should start dragging me in this thing. I try not to get dragged in the thing because Jemima is my sister. I love her. I would not see anybody take advantage of her. But she's dragging me into something that I don't have control over. And she want me to assist. She want me to assist her She want me to assist her to take the horse. I said, Jimmy, I can't do that. I said, you go to court, and the court give it to you wherever the court resulted.
So we hear that real quick. I beg you, my brother. Then we'll go to Tamba here. Let's just forget about Angie Mamando. This is within your county, McGill. You are the people's senator. So many of them, even Emmanuel and his wife, Brother Emmanuel George, Dr. Emmanuel George and his wife on the show. They got scammed them. You are saying permanent Liberians that this got scammed. What are you going to do? You just saying that go to court?
No,
the question is people? All right. I don't know, Emmanuel. I was trying to push that. He's coming back. I was trying to push McGill because you can just sit there and say, well, they should go to court, right? What can he do?
My concern was that this was his government. It was the CDC government. Initially, the senator said he didn't know Mohammed, but he eventually said he knew him as a conversation continued. My concern is that this was part of the pro-poor agenda in this house. The former director of the Liberian News Agency had a very beautiful advertisement about that property. So if something went wrong, I would expect the senator, who is a key member of the CDC, a key member of the government at that time, who has said, look, this was our signature project, inviting Liberians to come home, that I'm going to take this challenge to make sure that Mr. Mohammed Abdullah is held responsible. So that's the reason I'm trying to put it on the senator. It's nice that you put it up that it's in McGill County, because I was not too sure which county it was in. But I'm sharing with the senator that this was a signature project.
The problem
agenda, and what was he doing about this? Because it put a lot of dent in that part of the pro-poor agenda.
You know, the problem love of you guys. You just love the top politics. Most of you are living in America. You behave as though you don't understand what law is. You just think anybody, because you get power, you can just go, you senator, you can just go anywhere and say, I'll grab you and go to this. You know that law in this country. You know that senator can go. Listen, Stanton. You see where the mistake? Listen, no, I come in. They know the mistake you got. The mistake you got. No, just listen, Stanton. Listen, just listen, please. So let me just listen, please.
I'm asking you to go grab this man and jail him. Even if you're a chief of staff, don't do it. We are saying, can you advocate for your people? Can you do more?
Let me tell you the situation. Let me tell you the current situation that happened to that property. The current situation that happened to that property, the Land Commission is involved. The Ministry of Justice is involved. The last time I spoke to Ministry of Justice officials, who said to me that they are investigating the issues surrounding that property. I called what the guy needs, the SG or Augustine Fire. Fire is currently involved with our estate issue. So the government is involved. Fire told me they are investigating, because a lot of people get land issue that they are investigating. So the government is involved.
But now you're saying it. You didn't say
the government is involved. So another issue.
We got to squeeze you to say. We didn't know you called Fire.
But the government is involved. The government is involved. Fire. The Ministry of Justice is involved. The Land Commission is involved. In fact, quite recently, when I called the Land Commission, he said to me, Mr. McGill, the representative complained the land issue to the president's office. And the president invited her out, the chief of staff of the army. The chief of staff told me, say, they went to the president. The last time they went to Franti Kofa on a same property issue. When Franti Kofa was speaker, they asked the Land Commission to go and resolve that property and see who owned the property, because some lawmakers have bought some property there. The president's office is currently involved in that issue. I even understand at some point the executive management have property in our compound. So I don't have any dealing, but the government is involved. So my role is limited.
Thank you.
So, at least
you said something that is unique. You got everybody's attention on this one. I want to say thank you. We have to just squeeze you to tell exactly what you have done or what is happening. And we do appreciate you. Let me bring in Tamba. Tamba Garage.
Yes, thank you, CEO, and good evening, Senator McGill. Welcome on the show, and fellow panelists. Yes, it's a pleasure, man. It's been a while, but I'm gonna go back to a question about your stewardship as minister, and also during that time as sitting government. you did acknowledge initially that you guys made some mistakes. And I think the public is very interested, Senator McGill. You, as a sitting minister at the time, Minister of State, what would you say are some of the personal mistakes that you made as a sitting minister? And also, as the party chair, a former party chair, what did you think that you guys made mistakes as a party at that time during your 6 years tenure?
I think we kept them both long on the job. I think at the end of the period, just doing it all of giving people an opportunity, giving people a second chance. I think they you know, there's not to say that the president could not do it, but giving Liberian an opportunity, giving somebody a second chance, because Liberian people, most of the people are weak. They don't. I mean, this is just a normal Liberian problem. I know President Boga having the same problem with people, because you get people tired to do certain things, they don't want to do it, you know, and you gotta deliver in 6 years. And because people have opportunity to do things, they're not doing it, they slow down some of the progress of the government. I think we should have removed so many people and make sure that other people come on board. And I can tell you, I mean, President, we have, if he comes back, I know when he comes back, I mean, I say if, when he comes back, I don't think you're going to give people an opportunity to stay on the job and don't do it for too long. Our Minister of State, I Chief of Staff to the President, I think, in my belief, that those are some of the things that we should have done, to move some people fast, to make sure that they do the thing the president wanted them to be done. Look, the president himself was leaving the mansion, going to check on projects. I mean, more president was just sitting in the mansion, but the guy was in the street. You know, I tell people, President, we are not an ordinary kind of president who wants to sit in the mansion. The guy wants to be on the street, making sure things happen. The man dream for Liberia so big, but he can't do everything. You know, I think those are some of the things. As human being, I think sometimes you would have done things differently. But I think the best person to do it right is the guy who already understands the situation. But if you're new president, the be trying to experiment. I think if you get president, we are come by, you'll see a lot of different things happening, comparing to some of the things he did. Look at the plot, look at everything that's happening right now. Everything the government is doing, everything that's done under president, we are nothing the government is doing new. The government isn't doing anything new. I challenge the government to show me anything new that they're doing. Nothing new. The only new thing they're doing is that they get more people on the payroll. They had $21 million in special operation. Those are the new things that we're not doing. Those are the new things that they're doing that we didn't do. Now they get 21. They get 2.1 billion now. They can increase their certain salary. That the question I'm asking, how come? So nothing. You get 2.1 billion now. Everybody's salary still the same. So what are we doing?
1.2 billion. 1.2 billion.
Sorry, I'm talking too fast.
Yeah, Senator, let's come back to the issue, please. I have one more follow-up question. I know you are looking to make this conversation about this current government, but we are interested in learning about your stewardship, right? Because if you say you
got to compare to see my stewardship, you got to compare.
I'm coming, Senator.
You got to compare with something.
I understand. Yes, but I'm coming back to your stewardship for 6 years because it matters to us Liberians. You say you want an example about some of the crimes or mistakes that happened that even led to you being sanctioned, and you know that it's documented. You know, auditor.
But what is documented? No, I was not sanctioned for killing auditor.
There's a report on that, Senator. But there were crimes.
Let me get it correct. Is there a report that was sanctioned for killing auditor?
No, mismanagement and public corruption. Mismanagement, public corruption, and it's documented.
But prove it now. Ian, we're going to keep where you coming from.
The State Department report is there, but let me ask a question. You were
even Donald Trump is disputing State Department report. The President of America.
And that's your right. That's your right.
Wait, let the guest finish. You still got the flow. Relax. Senator, go ahead. Make your point.
I'm saying even that. You see, some of you guys don't want to behave like State Department report that's talking about Bible. The President of the United States just disputed the intelligence report about the guy from Saudi Arabia. The very American government accused the guy from Saudi Arabia that he was involved in killing the journalist. The man said the man was not involved. The President of the United States. The United States President disputing State Department report. The guy said the man human rights record is good. The State Department said the man human rights record bad. The President said they're not true. The United States President says State Department lie. But you in Liberia, you say that true. Because when you hear State Department business, you think everything and you so much your head, nothing. Anything you hear, you say that true. Because State Department says so. The people went to Iraq. The very working man say they made mistake by going Iraq. The thing what they said are not true. But you Liberian man, you say that true. Because State Department says so. The very American people come and say, oh, we went to Iraq, the thing out there, we misinformed the world. But you Liberian man, you say that true. Because when they say so that true. Why American people go to court? Why when they accuse American citizens, they can go to court? The American government accuse other citizens they went to court. Why they can go to court? Because when American government says something that's true, why the American people can go to court to challenge it? If everything was saying that true, because to you that God really talking. Because when American people say things, you say, God, oh God, I thought, God really talking. American people says so. God really talking. But the very American people can challenge their own government. So it's not everything American people say that, look, they can make mistakes too because they are human beings. They can also make mistakes because they are human beings. When they collect data, there's possibility that the data can be faulty. There's possibility that some of the data could be based on information that is not correct. And they can go and check. And the people are human beings. They can go and check and say whether they made mistake. And the good thing about it, like when praise the American people for, they can acknowledge that they made mistake. But you Liberians, as soon as you say that facts, as soon as you say that facts, no, but they can acknowledge, say, oh no, we made some mistake here. The information we got are not true. American people, look at what the lady name, Tusi Gabbard, the National Intelligence Director. Now she's disputing some of the things that people say against President Trump. The intelligence community, some of the information they gave, they said are not true. They are disputing some of these facts. So it doesn't mean that everything they say is 100% true. The reason why they say it can be challenged. When they put him on the sanction, they say sanction is not an issue for prosecution. It's an issue for change your attitude. So it's not everything they post that true. So they can make mistake because they are human beings. So let's start singing American song. Base your issue on facts. I'm being a Liberia. Why the government look? The government get all the things that have been Ministry of State for corruption. All the things that have been there. They have done all the audit. I'm willing to face any crime that the government can establish that McGill did wrong thing. Take the audit report there. But you guys just saying that they're accusing, but then yes, only you say that true. When you guys gonna change, when you Liberian guys gonna change their attitude or just saying that and making an assumption. When I look at you now, I read Rennie Gray. Rennie Gray was saying, I hope Rennie Gray here today. I come and say Rennie Gray capable. I know Rennie Gray every man. Is that true? If I say Rennie Gray if I tell you say Rennie Gray to Lutheran Church, you will say that true? But I can say Rennie Gray to Lutheran Church. Because I know Rennie Gray in AFL. You will say a lot. But Rennie Gray to AFL, you know so many things I know. Rennie Gray, I know you are on LD Campbell. You know you're an AFL man. You know you're working with what they got, what they general.
Grace, the show for today. Let me make progress.
No, I just gave you an example. You are working with General Hezekiah Bowen. So I'm giving you an example because everything people say, you sit on the radio, you just talk. You just talk.
Senator
with no
McGill.
facts. Yeah, man.
Senator McGill.
Yeah.
Senator McGill, that will take us back, but the State Department report is available and we can share a copy. But it led to you being sanctioned. But let me move to my second question.
Yeah, but let's leave that sanction business because you're not understand it.
And then there's a saying, when America sneezes, the rest of the world catches a cold. For Liberia can catch diarrhea. So you guys have to act. But let's talk about some of the facts that you know of. You know about the promises that CDC made about Iboma, Eton, the Bali Island, the free education. You know about those?
No, I'm aware.
Okay. So you're aware well of those. Those are not State Department report. You also know that under your stewardship,
we can discuss those.
Yeah, you also know that under your stewardship, 4 auditors were killed in the streets of Monrovia. You also know about that, correct? You, as a sitting minister, the right-hand man to the president, what can you tell the Liberian people today? What role did you play And what can you tell us
When
what
you mean
happened to the crime
when you mean what role I play? What do you mean
as
what role?
minister? Yes, as minister.
But
And
there was
what
an
happened?
there was an investigation. You see, you know what I love about this country is that we are very good at talking, but we don't understand what we talk. This government being in power, you say we kill people. This government get a right to go and review murder. There's no statute of limitation. They can go and investigate. There was an investigation report, and the facts in the report are there. You can go and read them. The report established that the people were not killed. The way they died, the report is there. You can go. People would agree or disagree, but you can go and read the reports. The report are there. You can. The government still have the right to go and investigate to establish whether the people were killed and who killed them. It can be established. Instead of pursuing the government to go and do that, you just depending on now. You're not referring to the report. You're referring to your own assumption that people killed them. But the report said they were never killed. And now that report can be disputed if a new fact can be established by a new investigator by say they were killed and these are the people that killed them. Until that fact is done and until that report is disputed, the report is clear that nobody killed them. But you're assuming that they were killed and you can't prove it. But you get a government power now. The president said they were going to investigate. Why don't you give an opportunity to the government to do the investigation? But you're assuming that you're happy. I say no, nobody got killed because the reports are there. So the people who did the report are the people who should have done the investigation. I Minister of State, I had nothing to do with investigating. They're not part of my function to go and investigate homicide situation. They're not part of the function of the Minister of State. They have people responsible, the Minister of Justice, the police, the intelligence committee will do that investigation. They established that there were no person killed. The last time I listened to the Minister of Justice, the current Minister of Justice, talking about the 3 children missing from the 3 children are missing from Simose. The view that nobody, the people say people got drowned. The government establishes that, but you say now on spoon toya, you say we killed them. Because you already made up your mind and believe that what happened.
Well, so
But the
Senator,
very government.
Senator, allow us to understand something. Thank you very much for your question, Tamba. We're going to Kev next and Councilor Bada after Kev. Senator, real quick though, Gregory Coma said case closed for the 3 missing boys. Bam. Justice Minister came out and said, through the president, during the cabinet meeting at the end, open the case. So where are we? What do you know? Gregory Coma closed the case.
I don't know. I don't know anything. You got to ask the government. As far as I know, the case was closed during our administration. The fight was established. I don't think the fight is different. Gregory Coma came back, acknowledged that the fight is established. They still want to be playing politics. And that's what disappoints me because as intellectuals sitting on the radio, you got to be clear. Not making assumption to Maple believe that something happened. You want Maple believe that something happened and something did not happen. Gregory Coma said the case closed. Patrick Sulu said the case was closed. Mosa Dean said the case was closed. Those are the people who are responsible to investigate.
Right there. So, Senator, Gregory Coma couldn't have said the case closed if it wasn't approved by Oxford Twitter, the Justice Minister, fire the SG, correct? This is how it works. Gregory Coma only spoke because he had the authority to speak. Am I correct?
Well, I don't know how to run in that government. You got to ask them.
No, government that you may know. Normally,
no, because the question is before Gregory Coma speaks, that means that Anthony General has, because he is the first line of the investigator. The person who's supposed to complain, the person who's supposed to say crime was committed, and not the Minister of Justice, is the Director of Police. The person who's supposed to say crime was committed, and not the Minister of Justice, is the Director of Police. The Director of Police will say, because he's going to be the witness to prove the Justice Minister correct. Because Justice Minister will be depending on the testimony and the rating report of the police director to say crime was committed, because it's the police director that investigate crime, not the Justice Minister. The Justice Minister go to prosecute crime based on the police director report, because the first line of the justice system starts with the Director of Police. He does an investigation. He reports to the Justice Minister that crime was committed. The Justice Minister not investigating crime, the Justice Minister proving. The Justice Minister can also look at the evidence and say, you know what? If I go to court, I will not win the case based on the police director report. So let me dismiss the case. But before the Justice Minister go to court, the Director of Police got to say, these are the facts of the crime was committed, because he got to investigate. So if the police director say there's no crime, I don't know what the justice minister going to get. Instead, you get different agents are doing investigation. Because the police director is the prime witness of the government.
That's my point I'm making. I really want to bring in Cap, but I beg you can Senator, slow down small. The police director, we beat on Patrick Sudu. You lie, you can do this. You okay, the people, they got no. Here come the Joseph Yima Bwaka police director, Gibson, Gregory Kuma. Say everything Patrick Sudu said are true. There was no crime committed. Well, the Oswald Twe and the SG coming up to say no. The president have instructed us to open this. Open it for what now? Can you help us understand? Can you help your audience understand?
Maybe you guys gotta accept people tell the president something. Because let me tell you this, the way the justice system work, and the first line of investigation start with the police. The criminal justice system, it start with the police. So if the police director come and say there's no crime, and the justice minister say no, I still want to investigate. The justice minister you can order investigation, but who you going to use? You're going to find different people to go to, because if you go by the police will still get the same report. Except somebody giving information that the police don't have. Except that somebody you call them whistleblower. Except somebody go straight to the justice minister and say the police were investigating, but they missed something. And these are the information. The police, then the justice minister can send it back to the police to say, I have the clue, you're going to investigate. But the police,
thank you very much.
Yeah,
thank you.
so I don't know. Instead of playing politics now, instead of one play politics.
We will have to wait for Gregory Kuma to come back now, because it's been almost a year since President Baga said open it again. Open, close, last season. Open season, close season, open season, close season. Now we're in here.
Yeah, I mean, people might be informing the president or telling the president something. So the whole government, maybe too much confusion. Nobody know who in charge. Everybody, too much confusion in the government. The reason why we got to take power, and let's see if he can run this thing again and make sure that we deliver for the people. Because the guy don't understand what he's doing down there.
Please, let's hear you, please.
Senator, how are you? And welcome to the show again. Let me say hi to you and everybody. Senator, you are part of the cabinet decision of switching the East International feeder road that they wanted to build around the feeder road, and you made that decision of taking the contract to the RRA. And right now we're seeing the projects. You are going every morning you are on that road, going live for us to have that road. You did that. Part of this the sanction. They say that you engage in multi-million-dollar. You have share in multi-million-dollar contract. They I will call it the bias human intelligence that was given from some of our people, that you own the East International. But the East International is currently working with this government. And I remember you asked the public works minister who owned East International, and he made it clear. And you asked him under oath. You asked the public works minister, and the tape out there, people want to search it out there. And then he said it's something that was part of their government. They brought it for feeder road, and you made it and clear. And a lot of let me say, I will apologize for about ignorance of some of the questions he asked you, because I know that he don't know. So I will apologize for him, my fellow panelists.
Yeah, no time for me tonight, man.
I will apologize for his ignorance.
No, I mean, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Because he get no question to ID, so you find soon.
No, he's a nice guy. I'll just apologize for he's a nice guy.
Your man didn't answer the questions.
But let me.
Is he talking about don't be.
Let him move ahead, guys. We got limited time here, please.
Yeah, let me say that.
So what your question now?
Some of the lies they said they put against you. So you will touch on that. But I want to go further towards the pressing issue right now. Direct question to you. Are you going to vote for the Oranto deal, the oil deal?
No. I'm not gonna. Now the first no issue. You go my Facebook, go my Facebook page. And I'm voting for Orlando. That bad deal. That guy, that 419 guy. That guy he made $200 million from oil money. That brother even get oil. The guy made $200 from oil money. He even pay capital gain. What kind of man? Just can't you go around the man just flipping? That question was asking people, the oil people. They got like bro. What the guy can do? Is it a man that he can drill oil? There's no record of man drilling anywhere. The guy only buy and can't play. How many money the man spend? The man spent $600,000. How many made? According to the man made 150 million, but the record showed that 200 million. How many get Labrador put? No. There's an understanding that even old Labrador 20 million. The Labrador put that work for the man, he never paid it. Then they want getting for oil. Did he buy the data? They say no. The way he got the data from, they say I owe data. So the whole thing just surrounded by so scam. I just said yesterday, any senator, I hope my colleague will not vote for it. Any senator who vote for that deal, they want to sell the country. Look, if that guy can't get a deal, then let's find like Brempo and give it to them. Look at what Obasanjo said last time. Obasanjo said, and you can't on the radio to be advocating for this. Obasanjo said last time, he said, the Nigerian government made Dangote rich. Dangote today that we're celebrating. The Nigerian billionaire, you know, million rich that the government of Nigeria made the guy rich. But all the government want to be making Nigerian poor rich. Why we can't be like Brempo rich? The man can buy the oil and flip it. He flip it. I'm talking about the man flip it, let the man give 50% share. All of us, no. The man can do farm in, farm out. We're gonna farm in, farm out. Our own resources, gentlemen, you're not gonna be advocating for be asking me all kind of questions. They got coming to buy to take oil from here and flip it. No oil in Liberia. I tell you some of my colleagues, other gentlemen. You know the reason why Labrampo elected, even though we're former official before, because now we have ideas. It will make mistake in the power, get a man oil deal, a man can screw or one gauge on it. They are stupid now. Somebody can you get you oil deal. It made to 3 black. You sold it to Chevron. You got 200 million. It kept 17% in it. It ran away from here. The man I see it opening again, a chopping ground. Labrampo are stupid people. He run here again. New oil deal. He didn't spend no money. He get us small money. Remember the guy that real beer, kind full oil. Our own oil, he use oil. The money he gave you, he will take the money back. The man will sell it again. And take it. This time, you know what I mean? Go on the internet. The guy said he's investing $800 million in Labrador. What kind of 419 got that? I will not be part of that. I don't want to sell the country. That's a bad deal. It's not good. I know that maybe the president may want to do something, but Oriental is not a good deal. The president should not touch it. You get to talk. Everybody knows to talk. It's an international company that can drill and find oil. It's a good thing. But Oriental, that Nigerian man who just want to make money, run away from here, he will not do anything here. He will leave the oil where even the place he's taking the oil from, the community. I was at the last time. The community you got to say from Riverside. The Riverside people benefit. Nigerian men made $200. Any Liberian man, Riverside is a poor place. They got to $200 million, but the poor Riverside never got fashion. And I see men coming by again, we're celebrating. Liberian people celebrating. Oh, Nigerian men rich. When will we be celebrating Liberian people? If we can get it all to like just for 50 billion, then we can get it Liberian people. They got a lot of Liberians who can find 200, they can find $2 million or $3 million and get rich. We get our endowment. God endow Liberia with mineral resources. If for Liberian people to get rich, enough for Nigerian men to come here and take it. And Liberian people are baking you up. They crash on you. You don't want Liberian men to be rich. You're so angry when your fellow Liberian get money, but you celebrate foreigner. Lord, I want a lesson I learn in government. Now look, let me Liberian people rich. People criticize you, but Liberian men get money or leave the money here. But foreigner can't tell our resources run away. Look at what happened in Bommy Hill. And you looking here, they not get money. Some kind of scrap company, they want to get iron ore. They sold the iron for $100 million. The iron ore still on the grind. Bomio looking dusty. They roll it back, but boy walk with 100 million. Hey man, for heaven's sake. Tell me, no, let's put party politics aside. Let's forget about party politics. Whatever for United Party, whatever for CDC, whatever for ANC, Liberty Party. Let's think about Labrador once for once. Gentlemen, for once. Mr. President, I'm begging you, President Bakai, Oriental dinner good. Don't let your cabinet pull and go in there and do. Remember how I know what kind of thing people can do. What kind of thing is happening?
Senator,
What
my
kind of thing happening?
Kev, can I interrupt you? It's very important that you brought up. Thank you. You brought up that question, one of which we asked Senator McGill to come on the show. Kind of just bear with us. This is very serious, though. The more you dig beyond the After Easy and the Oriental deal, the more you feel bad about Liberia. Under your government, this same conversation was moving back and forth, and we believe now that you and the President George Manasseh was very adamant, especially when it comes to After Easy. He approached your government before and about coming back after getting over $200 million from the first transaction. Why you guys was so wise to say no to After Easy then? What was I want you to talk to the Liberian people tonight. What was the key thing that was loaded on President Weah's mind to say we can't do this? We can't give this guy
stand on, man. The simple thing, the simple knowledge stand on. This guy was saying that the first thing when we came to power, After Easy kilo Labro. Our understanding then that you spend according, if I'm gonna ask the question to Knockout, I said how much After Easy spent to get the oil deal for each blood? I said 200,000. Started your second bar oil blood, Labro, 200,000. 200,000. I want to pay for each oil blood, $200,000. 200,000. What you got to pay for each oil block? You got 600,000. Your second buy. The making, they say, oh, somebody got to take risk. Maybe that like Brempo coming from war, they're looking for people to come. And the investor that can, they lie to the Brempo and say, we'll create job, we want to invest. Look at right now, go on the internet. The guy say he's spending 800 million, he investing $800 million in the country. Zero, la. You're not investing anything. We say, no, they think bad for the country. We can't do it. After Easy, we can't do it. I mean, our all will stay here. We can't do it. Because it's not good for the country. Then let all the people can invest. The men wanted to come invest, we say, no, we're not taking it. Because they still owe the country. Right now, as we speak, there's information they got, Labrador, $20 million, I'm not even paying. The Labrador who work for them guy, the guy did not pay them. He said, to hell with them, he's going to take money. He didn't get private jet for you. You go take Labrador money, bring private jet for put a rock. No. The deal was bad. And we're fighting for the Liberian people. Stand up. So the After Easy thing, we rejected it because we're bad for the country. You know that we're not doing one thing. Everybody will go take bribe, you just make it smaller money, you can't take it, you go buy a business. So After Easy is not good.
I'm going to put this up.
It's a different with you and warning.
Senator, let me put this up, right? This is the first set, okay? The first set. You get 339, you get another 312. We're going to put the rest of the senator list up. We are making lists of you guys, right? It is confirmed. America going to say no. So you on the second set, we got the second no from you. But yet still you have Kratom Donkey from Sano. You have the Twawe. You got how you call him, Blebo Brown. You have Abache, Yaya Niblan, Deba Babla, Besson Family, Yam Twine, Samuel Koga. You got Johnny Quay and that of Alex Stoddard. The country, and the rest of the DeLong, the Snow, all of them, Jala, Mambo Cyrus, and all of them, Bocha said, but we have the list coming up. But something is that, McGill, what was your fear? That, let me finish with this, Senator. As per the record, as per the National Election Commission record, you have 10 registered sedition, Senator. You can say, well, the flip flop, they say this senator no more, but they on the record, you guys are 10. You have majority in opposition, only one unity party. Right now is Deba blah blah. Why will you sell the country? Are you concerned about your position and the stand some of your guys taking now?
Stanton, thank you for the question. I have expressive respect for my colleagues in the Senate. And I hope they will speak for themselves and they will speak for the people I brought on this issue. I trust that it will be the best judgment for the country. And our best judgment will be to reject Arthur EZD because it's not good for Liberia. But I would like for them to speak for themselves because they are all honorable people and they have to make their own decision. But I respect them. And I know they'll make the right decision for the country because they are men of high caliber in the Senate. And each one of them in our Senate, when they think about Liberia. So the question here is, the Arthur EZD, they all know it's not good. It is not good for the country. They are all aware. But again, they will have to make decisions for themselves. So I wouldn't speak for them. They will have the opportunity to come here and you have to ask them, each one of them, where is their position? Because, everybody got it there. One man, one vote. One man, one vote. But Arthur EZD is not good for the country. Arthur EZD is being chased from Senegal. He's being chased out of Sudan. He's being chased out of all the area the man operated. He's being chased out. One of the things, I think Senator Dillon asked the question last time. When I in the session, I understand Senator Dillon asked the question. They put from fake company, 1 week company to get all because they don't want to bring the CEO or company out here. And I think the councilor can speak to it. I don't understand how they can do it in business. You got with the business people because me, I'm not too clever. So I don't understand all that thing there. But the man can pay you. Your company owe you. They want to pay there. They can go for a new company and hire the other company and bring new one. And the rest of them are fake company. They just get the OD. And the people won't even participate there. I've written, in fact, I'm doing a letter now to Knockout to send me all the information related to Arthur EZD. I'm writing a letter to the oil, the Petroleum Regulatory Commission. I'm writing the TGS Nopel in London. I just sent an email. And when they respond to me, I'll share an email with the public to get all the information relating to how Arthur EZ got the oil contract in Liberia. What is it that he paid? The chairman of the president of the may not pay no money to get data. I say possible. The law says before you get data, before you get any block, you gotta buy the data because data are money for the country. If they cannot buy data, how you got the information? Who gave it to him? So the Arthur EZD not correct, it's not good for the country. And I hope the senators that I have so much respect for, and I know they were eyeing the interest of this country. Senator Snow, who's the chairman of the committee, who's leading this, I'm a member of the Committee on Investment Concession. My Chairman Batikwa, Chairman Melvin Snow, who is the chairman on the Petroleum Committee. In the first, I don't expect Snow to bring any report to say, let pass it. I don't expect Snow. I expect Snow to kind of say, let reject it or let send it back. Some of the senators are already spoken to me in private. Some of the senators have spoken to me in private and they're not going to support it, but we didn't call their name. They will speak for themselves. So I expect most of the senators to reject the Arthur EZD and not correct for the country. I know Senator Snow is listening. The guy I have so much respect for. And I know he's not going to come with any report to say, let pass it. He's going to come with a report to say, let return it to the president because it's not good. People may have not told the president the right thing. The president may want to see something. There are other things I will vote for. I will vote for other concessions. But the other easy thing, I'm not going to vote for it because it's not good for the country. They got here. If I say, it will have a man, okay, you flip it, kill la bro, government 50%, take 50%. But no. What a man investing will take all the money. If he flip, let him get the country 50%. Say the country not get money, the man going to flip it. The man where I'm flipping business, we don't want to give it like Brent, they want to go flip it. Then let it be 50-50. Because you don't get anything, let it be 50-50. The government get 50%, you get 50%. Then the Labrampo in the corridor, the government want 50%, they can share it with Labrampo, the community, the Sano and Riverside can get something to develop those countries. So they can say at least we have oil here or somebody got oil money from here, get a benefit brought in our community, but we'll not do it. The post pool there. Even the clinic, if was said now we're looking for money to support the clinic, government got to find money. And then Nigeria may be walking away with billions. Because the man already lying, say investing 800 million. The guys are 419 guy. And during our time, we're not going to lie in a 419 man to come and tell Liberian government money and walk away, Liberian poor money and
Thank
walk
you,
away.
Senator. Senator, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We got about 40 minutes left. We got to squeeze in our brother, Councilor Kanye Barbara. We're going to talk about the Musa immersion. Musa is moving forward like crazy. We want to hear from the senator. We're going to talk about, we just spoke about the Rancho deal. And Senator, before you leave, we want to talk about the threat on some of your fellow senators. DeLon is complaining about MDR, and some folks on Nima threatening his life. Honorable Snow is speaking about people cursing you guys as lawmakers, minister and director insulting you guys. We'd like to talk about it. We'd like to talk about actually what is coming from the executive mansion, the overall selective corruption issue. Maybe you will weigh in. Let's bring in the councilor. Councilor Kayo, again, thank you for joining us, sir. Your question for Senator McGill.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we're hearing you, can you?
Hello?
You good,
Yeah,
Councilor. You're good. Your question.
Okay. All right. Well, good evening, Senator McGill. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Councilor.
It's good to see you.
Thank you.
You know, you are one of the people within the CDC that has always tried to build bridges. And I recall even when you were Minister of State, you always were trying to reach across the aisle to other political parties, opposition figures, and to build a bridge in terms of how the country was run. And I always thought that was a good thing to do because there are always ideas across the aisle that we can benefit from. And that's one thing you did well. And in fact, even now, there are times when I take certain positions, you always pick up the phone and call and start to inquire and to push your own line of argument in regards to those things. So I think that is also a good thing, and you should keep that up, Senator McGill. Now, mine is a more of a generic question. I wouldn't want to go to the Oranto thing because I am on record for saying that when a deal goes to the legislature, part of the role of the legislature is to better and improve that deal and not an outright rejection. So like you pointed out, if a 50% based on flipping can be reached, then you are not rejecting the deal. You are recommending a proposal to improve the deal if he decides to flip. But if he doesn't decide to flip and he goes ahead to drill, then the deal is good for Liberia because what else is on the table? So I'm on record for saying your role as a legislator is to better those deals that come to you and not necessarily to reject them just because you want to reject them. If there are bad areas, let's improve it. But here's my question. Given your history of building bridges across the aisle, what I may like to term as centrism in action, what can you constructively recommend to this government? Yes, I think it's centrism in action. You are a chief centrist. We saw how you operated within the CDC, and you've maintained a connection with a lot of people, even though you were one of the strongest people in the CDC at the time, and that is good. What can you recommend to the Unity Party government and to the president as 3 practical steps they can take to reconcile the country, to bring people into the center, and to ensure that we have a stable society as we move forward? And that's something you mentioned made me to think about this question when you said Liberia is all we had. You just said that, and you were appealing to the president regardless of political lines. That's centrist thinking. So what can you practically recommend to the president, to the government? 3 key steps that can stabilize the country, that can improve the environment and build reconciliation, Senator McGill. Thank you.
Okay, first, the parent you stop. The parent you call a minister of information people to stop insulting former government official and the senators. That's the first step. Because when they do this thing, the government, the president doesn't take action. Almost appear that the president is encouraging them to do it. You can't reconcile the country when you get out you're insulting former government officials, and you say you want to bring peace in the country. You can't do that. And, the first thing the president needs to do, take action. The second thing, you can't be attacking a senator, insulting a senator, trying to look. Senator Dillon, for instance, Senator Dillon said his life is under threat. The way people are attacking him, Senator Dillon advocating for the Liberian people. Everybody advocating. If he does something, you call the man part of you can go and start threatening the man. The country, man, people capable in the country for putting position. So the first thing the president needs to do, my first recommendation, president must take action on Ministry of Information people. The president needs to have a conversation, sit down with the former president, call political party leaders, send the president to office. He just allow his United Party people, President Parker ran this country for, not run the country, but he been governor for over 42 years. He understands what it means to be in opposition because he been there, and what it means to be running the country. He has to engage political leaders about the country of Liberia, what the country problem is, reduce some of the tension. The president needs to do that. Let me tell you something, and it will be strange. And I said quite recently, as chairman of the Committee on Education, the guys from MCs that wanted to demonstrate. As an opposition leader, I would have encouraged the demonstration because people believe that opposition people are encouraging demonstration. But what did I do? With the support of the pro tem, the committee, we invited the people from MCSS to avoid the demonstration. I sent for CSA. I was appealing to CSA people. Imagine an opposition leader appealing to government people to do the right thing so there could be no demonstration by the students. You guys will be doing that if I didn't love Liberia. Appealing to CSA to do the right thing, to say, Lord, I'm begging you, protect the interests of the teachers, put people on the payroll. Because as an official government, representing the Senate is part of my responsibility to make sure that the country is peaceful. So these are some of the actions we are taking to say that they're not all about opposition. So I'm from CDC. Like I said from the beginning, if President we are wanted to say, you know what, there'll be problem in this country, he will say, I'll remain in power. We'll do investigation. He never did that. So I'm following the president's footsteps. I'm following the president's footsteps to say that, we want peace in the country, even though I'm opposition, but I would encourage demonstration in a way that will hurt the country. If we can solve the problem, let's find a way to solve it together. Because as a senator, representing the Senate and chairman on education, my job is to help maintain the peace and sanity of the country, even though I'm opposition, because our leader has set that example. So we are doing things. We're not just opposing things because we want to oppose it because we are opposition people. But when we think that in the best interest of the country, we'll recommend it. But when it comes from our people think that opposition politics, please no. We're not playing opposition politics, or can you? We acting on behalf of the country because we want the best for Liberia. So this week, we'll continue our meeting with the support of the pro tem. We'll continue our meeting with the MCC people, the CSA, and the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Education to go on the field, to go and do re-enumeration of the volunteer teachers who are not taking pay. Volunteer teacher issue was a campaign issue by both parties, by the CDC and the United Party, that will get volunteer teachers on the payroll. And people are complaining, and students want to go on strike. But yeah, Nathaniel McGill, chairman of CDC caucus, the major opposition leader, trying to make sure that there is no violence in the country. Why am I doing it? It's because we love Liberia. I'm not doing it because I'm an opposition person. I'm doing it because I'm a Liberian. I'm following the example of President we are. So I want to encourage the president. If you ask me one or two things, the first thing, the president needs to stop the guy from Ministry of Information to stop abusing former government officials. They're not politically planning. Do when you do what people vote for you, but causing former people, you only create an emergency because people get followers. When you start insulting them, the hatred will be more in the country. The next thing, the president himself needs to reach out. Send the president took office. The president never called an opposition meeting. President Barker, I don't know what people doing around the president. They never encourage the president to call major opposition leader meeting and sit down with them and say what happened. We did it before. We'll call opposition leading to opposition meeting to Bella Casa. We'll call reconciliation meeting with the church. We'll call the meeting 2 years now. President Barker has not done it. To say let me with the opposition. But everything is about politics. They contest. The only thing they will do is say, yeah, we can win, we're powerful. That's the reason why I thought, okay, you resign and let go for election. So the only thing you want to do is that politics. The president need to think in that direction. So the president is the president. Boy elected him. The president, my uncle. I was born in Lofa County. My auntie, my grandma, like Bani woman. I get Kizzy background. I get Bele background. I'm from Lofa. I'm born in Lofa County. But it doesn't mean that if you do it, it's only not going right. When I say it, I will say it. I want the best for Liberia. As I said before, the leader of CC want the best for Liberia. But the wrong thing happening, we gotta say it. We can't do not family business. But we're playing our part. But we gotta say the right thing can do. So we are taking steps in the interest of the country. Fighting for the country to be better. We're not trying to undermine the country. A lot of things I know, Kanyo. Our chief of staff to the president, I had an opportunity to sit near the president for 4.5 years. So I know so much things are happening around the presidency. I know a lot, Kanyo. So I wish the best for the country. So the president can take those first 2 steps, stir the board and PR and the other guys to stop insulting people. Because the only politics they play that insult. What kind of information, boy? You ain't doing anything. You're causing people, your minister can attack lawmakers, attack people. Who want to destroy the country? Nobody. People are tired. Nobody want to destroy the country. Want the best for Liberia. Let the president call meeting of the opposition community. At least come in. Other people here, they gotta get idea. Call them, let us sit down together. When CDC took office, we did it before. We call opposition leader. We have meeting with Bella Casa. We call the business community. But I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that. So they can do that. You know, they can do that. These are some of the initiatives they need to take to bring reconciliation in the country. Reconciliation is a process, not an event. It's a process, not an event, but they can do that. We'll continue to go up. But when you start, if you politicize the country, if you made the country so much about politics, and people get so divided, people only want power. The only thing is about election. So I'm saying now, we need to stop there. Maybe we need to, if this is the only thing we want to do, let's have election tomorrow. You know, let's fight and resolve the whole issue. And maybe we can focus on doing better things for the country. Let me worry about what happened in 2029. Because more people in 2029, more, even President Barker himself said, if you want to run politics, leave my government. Maybe the president need to call, you know, the party people buy against it, we get work to do. But if they want election, we're ready for election, then we can have it tomorrow. Then the president.
Thank you very much, Senator. Now, you got your last question? Because we pressed with time. We got about 8 more minutes to stay with the senator. Can you, if you were us, you have your last question, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Senator McGill. My final question is this. Quite recently, we've seen that the rhetoric around 2029 is becoming more and more intense. And I think it is that rhetoric that tends to breed the tension that exists also within the country. Because even when you came on just now, your position was that we should all resign now. Not me, because of course I don't hold a position, but you should resign and the president should resign and go to elections. And I think that is in reference to the whole idea about 2029. And I think that rhetoric creates tension. Before, there was a similar approach that was started, and I remember President Weah, and you may be aware of this, also President Weah actually clamped down on it, which was the early step down campaign. Do you think there is any relationship between your statement of the resignation of the president and going to election and the previous early step down campaign of President
Let me
Weah
clarify. I never asked
clamped
President.
down?
Listen, no.
And
Let
how do you
clarify.
think that affects?
Listen,
Sorry,
can you?
Senator.
Let me clarify. I'm not asking for president resignation. I'm not asking to disrupt the process of the constitution. I'm not asking to disrupt the constitutional process. I'm saying if we want early election, only one thing is possible. There must be a vacancy. And if the United Party want to contest an election tomorrow, there has to be a vacancy. And the only way there can be a vacancy until the president and vice president resign, which is provided under the Constitution. That means the speaker will take over, we can have election in 90 days. The president and vice president can still go by and contest. But they still get 3 years to run the country. Let them focus on running the country and leave it 2029 politics. When I think I will run the politics, that's my point. I am not asking for the removal of the president. I'm saying there's a voluntary thing. I'm saying if United Party put one for to go to early election, they can come out and win and get 6 more years. So instead of 3 more years remaining, we'll get 6 more years, then election now be. We're not be talking about 2029. We just bring 2029 in front and have it now and resolve the election issue. President Baga and Vice President Cook can still run. If they win, they defeat CDC, they will forget about 2029 and they will know who the superior party is. I'm not asking to remove the president. I'm saying if you don't want election, you don't want early election, it can happen. For early election to happen, the president and vice president will create a vacancy, they can resign now. Then we'll have election, they can still contest the election. Then we'll know who's strong. If CDC is strong, they put a job where a job where strong, job where will win.
No, but Senator, maybe you're not understanding my question. Let me rephrase.
No, I'm understanding your point. I am not asking for any violent removal of the president. I'm asking the president and the United Party people who want. Look, I've just repeated myself. President Baka said, these are not my words. These are the words of the president of Liberia. At his cabinet meeting, he said, if you want 2020, if you in my government, you worry about 2029, leave my cabinet. If you are worried about 2029, these are the words of the president, not my words. The words of President Baka. If you're in my cabinet, you are worried about 2029, then leave my cabinet. I'm repeating the president's word. A United Party is concerned about 2029, and they want an early election. The best thing to do, they can ask the president and vice president to create a vacancy. Then the tell election commission say we're resigning. Let's have election tomorrow. Then another day we can have election. Then we'll put election president behind. If they can win, they can come back and contest. Other than that, let them shut up. Worry about the bread and butter issue because the country is high. The problem in the country, let them worry about bread and butter issue. Let them respect the decision of the president. Let them worry about running the country. And look at the going to December state will be at a party called the police cry in the street. What the crowd for? The crowd will get poor food to eat. After that crowd, what the people eat? After the thing, do you want that crowd? Who all will go there? All the people will go there. Maybe they will call you, go there. If you go there, after that crowd, what the people eat? They want to put food on the table? No.
CEO,
So let you the party concern about putting food on the table.
Just for 30 seconds on this particular.
Senator, let allow Councillor to repeat his question very slowly for us to understand. Councillor, can you?
Yes. Thank you very much. Senator McGill, I am again asking, there is a precedent before where there was an early step down campaign. And during that early step down campaign, if you ask me, if you take step down and you put resign beside it, maybe I know English too good because my first language that crap. Maybe people are using Jero can help. Step down, resign. Is there anything synonymous with the two words?
No, you're saying your own.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So I'm asking my big brother, Senator McGill, about when he says that the president, the vice president should resign. Isn't there a relationship to a previous call on the early step down campaign?
No,
and even
there's
as
no
I said that,
there's no relationship.
recently,
Don't waste our time.
Stan has announced a lead or leave campaign for December 7th.
But let's move on, man.
Yeah, man.
Listen, Stanton. Canio. I'm surprised that you're even asking me this question. Canio, you know me very well. I don't support violence. Canio, I'm a political military. No, listen, Canio, I'm surprised that you even asked me that kind of question. Canio, I don't support violence.
So I just want the public to know you better.
No, but listen, Canio, you are a lawyer. You are a lawyer. You went to law school. You got a master's degree. You graduated with cum laude. You're supposed to understand law. When I speak, I speak in context. I said if the United Party want to have election now, we can resolve the issue of which of the party is popular. And to resolve the issue, there's one condition under the Constitution. There must be vacancy. And when that vacancy is created, we can have election in 90 days. And President Bwaka and Vice President Kun can contest. If I say they must step down, I mean, I don't want them to even be president or vice president. I'm saying they can contest. I'm talking about a democratic rule. I'm not asking for them to step down. I'm not supporting Stan position. I'm not a member of Stan. Look, if I want to say something, I would say, Stan, I gotta go talk for me. Stan get their own say the civil society, they get their own agenda. I'm not a member of Stan. I'm a senator of McGill County, and I am the co-chair of the Congress for Democratic Change. I'm saying CDC and United Party can go into a contest. I even said if they step down and people in McGill County want to challenge me again, I can step down too. And I will go there, I will win. Because I trust myself. I will defeat them again. Then we can close the whole issue of election, who popular, who not popular.
No, it's clear now. You don't support Stan, you're not asking me to it's clear.
CEO, can I squeeze in a question?
Senator, let me ask you this question.
We got that gentleman. Let
me just squeeze one question.
Gibson, you will 1 minute. It's very important because we got to close in 19 minutes. So after you, Gibson, we got to wrap this up. The senator, sorry, we cannot get to Musa, but if you want to talk about Musa, do that in your closing, Senator McGill. So Gibson, you'll go with the last question.
Listen, La Presse of democracy, every president has the right to want to vie for any position they want. Musa is my friend. He's my very good friend. Even though he has his political party, but we are still friends. We respect each other. Musa formed a party. He has the right to form a party. I'm a member of CDC. And he and myself will always have conversation. I mean, say he want to be president. I don't support a presidential ambition. I support President Weah. He understands that, but we are still friends. I respect him. And I think he has the right to form his party. And I have the right. Musa was supporting Comey. He supported Bronsky. Musa was supporting Bronsky. We were friends. I told Musa Bronsky will not win. He came to me. He wanted President Weah to be vice president to Bronsky. We said, no, we're not happy. We still remain friends. He supported CDC in the second round. 2023, he said he was supposed to come here. I told Musa that was the wrong decision to make. I mean, I respect it. We still remain friends. I supported President Weah. And today, I mean, he say he wants to be president. That is right. In the end, I supporting President Weah. I know President Weah will win. I mean, Musa will not. I mean, my friend. I don't support him, but he still remain my friend. But he has the right to form his party. But in 2023, he get in the race. He decided to get in the race. You know, he's not going to beat President Weah. President Weah will win. And you think we'll go around?
Do you think Musa would make a good VP candidate on any one of those slates? Because to remove Senator, let me finish backing you. We are looking at the forces coming together. The hills have eyes, and those eyes are dangerous eyes. So my question to you, if we say Musa cannot win, as Musa being the head on the ticket, right? But what he's doing right now, he's galvanizing the truth. Any one of the political leaders out there will want the Musa on the side. Now people say, don't be tribalists. No, we are not. But Musa bringing together the Muslim, the Madingo, the huge group from Nima County. He going across the eye, and you get the Daniel Sano. That's who is with him. You get Marvin Cole from Bon County. They have shook Bon County in such a way that Prince Moye is on his knee begging the public minister to give them that. Let me finish. Senator, I beg you. Senator, do you think, I beg you, Senator, give me a minute. I beg you, it's good that you do that. Do you think this Musa we are looking at, he's not an ordinary Musa anymore? He can make a good VP candidate to any one of the parties, CDC, ANC, and that would be something that you have now seen since Charlie Quintan. I mean, what you take from Musa?
Musa can be, but listen, Musa can even be a group president. But now we're president, we are running. And Musa can be a group president, can be a group VP. But at this time, the president said that Joe time. But VP, if Joe chooses Musa, I don't have a problem. I will support the ticket.
I agree. You said that Joe time because you're seditious. I'm hearing that you want to be the VP on the ticket with George Manawia. Can you denounce it?
No.
Can you say no today? Is that something that you're pushing?
Well, man, listen, and I'm pushing. No, that's something I'm pushing. I want Joe to be president. I'm pushing
is that something VP. That is that something you accept to be a VP to George?
Listen to me. At this stage, I can be anybody in Liberia because then I can be anybody in Liberia, but my tongue will come.
Yeah, but you are not denying that. If you are offered,
no, but listen, I can be anybody in Liberia, but my tongue got to come. But what I want is to see Joe return to power. If Joe chooses Musa, I will support the ticket. If you choose anybody to be on a ticket, I will support that ticket.
But
if you choose Musa, you choose no.
You want us to go another 10 minutes? Everybody putting their head up. Senator, you are man and you scare nothing. You tell us the truth. You've been back and forth today. Are you open for that position if offered by President George Manawia? Will you accept being VP on the ticket?
No, but any position offer me, I will take it. But that's something I'm asking for. But we are asking to be vibrant, I will take it. But if take Musa, I will support the ticket 100% because I think Musa qualified. I will support the ticket 100%. I think Musa qualified.
Are you pushing to be VP on CDC ticket? You have come.
I'm not pushing.
In rank right now, Senator. In rank right now, you serve as chief of staff to the president. You serve as how you call it, chairman for the party. Now you are senator. As per credential, I don't see nobody right now is that high. So I mean, you think no, seriously, nobody. Who in CDC right now you can compare Gibson and see? Look at me. Who in CDC right now, besides Joe Howard Taylor? Who have reached that height in CDC? Besides Joe Howard Taylor, if you want to talk about McGill, who? Gibson.
Mama, we'll get plenty to be
No, I don't like to do that. No, Senator, please, I beg you. Gibson. No, seriously, Gibson. Who in CDC right now? If it's not Joe Howard Taylor, I'll ask anybody. The man said
I can go as VP to George Weah.
No, Gibson, I'm not joking. I want to be serious on the record. He served as party chairman for CDC. He brought Joe Weah to victory. He brought Mr. Tubman, I think that's his name, Mr. Tubman, and he made Joe Weah second to him. He elevated CDC. That's McGill. He ran as a sanction, kick out minister, and he won McGill County as senator. Who have achieved in the whole CDC than McGill if Joe Weah acts it? And that's why I'm asking him. Now, if Joe Weah go outside of CDC, it's a different thing. I mean, I just want to be on the record, and I think that McGill just don't want to answer the question. Politically, maybe that would be the best thing to do. But I think
listen, that question that Joe Weah question, not my question. Yo, what I'm interested in right now is the support president we have to come out of power. And listen, Musa is my friend. I think Musa is qualified to be anything in this country, but everything that time. And I've told Musa that he's qualified to be even president. I mean, forget about being Mandingo. Musa loved Liberia. Musa loved this country. And Musa is doing his best. But everything get time. This time, right, George, we have no time. I've said that to him. He's my friend. I respect him. I love him. We get mutual respect. We get mutual respect for each other. But this time is George. We are on the time. After George,
I thought Joe had 6 years before.
They put another question asking you.
My man, listen, George, I can say years before, but George, I can say wrong.
Senator McGill, if offered a VP slot, will you refuse it?
No.
Why should I refuse it? why should I refuse it? It can be bad. But they offer me, I will not refuse it. I will take it.
Thank you, Senator McGill. Thank you very much. At least I also do.
I will take it. I will take it. Why would I refuse it for?
I mean,
Senator,
let's
saying you are here, there are too many things I wanted to really ask you. I think next time I will suggest that Stanton do the one-on-one and we send in questions so that we can have an in-depth discussion. Even though this one is very good too, that you are interfacing with a lot of us. I want to ask this question. I want you to really clarify for my understanding and for those people who want to know. President Weah did not often hold press conference. I don't know if he held press conference how many times during his presidency. Was it you who was holding him back from the media? Was it the press secretary that was holding him back from the media? Was President Weah afraid of the media? Why was he not speaking at a press conference? Why was he not hosting press conference? Is there a strategy that you people develop? Can you really speak to that? Because most of us in the media were really, why my question came then is, Senator Go.
You just gotta get through the question, Gibson.
Now what I do, you gotta go poo, and you answer the question.
Because it's reading.
You can't ask the question for 2 minutes.
It's reading there. It's reading there. The internet is sporadic.
Then can you ask question for 2 minutes?
Has President Boycott have a press conference? Has he? I'm just curious.
Well, I mean, the reason I'm asking, guys, I mean, I know the senator will come back. The reason I thank God he's coming, he's able to speak to that. Senator, you have a question, right? Senator, did you hear my question, or I can want him to repeat it?
Yeah, the question. I did not hear the question.
Okay, the question was, why wasn't President Weah holding press conferences? It wasn't you who was a special assistant and deputy minister of state. Was it a press conference, press secretary? Or was President Weah just afraid of the media? Or was it a strategy that you people have? Why wasn't he holding press conferences?
You see, every government get different approaches. You see Donald Trump, for instance. Donald Trump, you see President Biden was not just holding press conferences, he was dealing with a press secretary. President Trump is holding press conferences most of the time, 24 hours with the press. So the president was more engaged on going the feed, doing something, looking at the project, doing this. So every president has his own different approach. Maybe Gibson Cherry will bring you, maybe after we take office, will bring you to be press secretary. Maybe you can change the press, you can change the whole dynamics and say, look, maybe I'll get a president to do more press conferences. People can do that, you know.
Definitely, I will change that. Thank you very much.
Gibson, I want to say thanks to Senator.
You can bring Gibson Cherry can bring you. When we are come back, we can do that.
Go ahead.
I can squeeze one final question, please.
We gotta go. We got 8 more minutes. When I make your question short, Tamba will come to you. Very short question.
Yeah, thank you. My last question is that what is your position on voting for an audit of the national legislature, the Congress, the Senate?
Of course, the Senate, we done that. We invited the GSC to come and do audit of the Senate. You know, the Senate will get, look, the question is, I can't vote for the legislature. I can only vote for the Senate because we have two bodies, co-equal bodies.
Yeah, I understand that. So I just said the Senate.
Yeah, but the Senate, we done that. We invited GSC to come in.
Okay, are you going to be open to an audit yourself?
But the audit that means to Minister of State. What are you talking about?
Okay.
So I already declared my asset. The auditor will Minister of State. So I'm open to audit.
Okay. Thank you.
Time out real quick.
Yes, thank you. And Senator McGill, it's always a pleasure. You are a shrewd political tactician. Well, look, you answered some of the questions tonight and you evaded some. So for the Liberian people that say CDC is not coming back to power, what can you tell them? What are you not telling us, the Liberian people?
I can tell you that CDC coming back. I tell you that CDC coming back. I want to tell you that.
The man already called you a tactician and asked you the lay question.
Maybe Tama wants to.
He said,
maybe Tama wants to come to join the CDC.
No, lady, I can guarantee you, Tama will be on board.
Oh yeah,
Tama will be on board. But man, that's my job. My job
never,
is to bring
never
people.
say never.
My job is to. Let me tell you something. Stanton, I'll close on this. Stanton, you know. And Stanton, I want to make a clarification. You know, when I was running the campaign, you know, the sanction, remember, I was stressed. Stanton, Gibson knows. Everybody in Liberia knows that Nathaniel McGill. Yeah, because the man thing entered LU 2005 and graduated 2021. Only stupid people can be talking that thing because everybody knows.
You said it. You made a mistake.
No, but a mistake now. Listen, that mistake.
Yeah, but it was.
I get classmates. I get classmates. When my come around, everybody know I graduated golden class. I get classmates. Everybody know I graduated 2001. I in yearbook. I get classmates. Everybody know I entered 1995 Patrician class. Everybody know that Gaffar himself was my schoolmate. Everybody know. We don't know in the country. Everybody know that I entered 1995. I graduated 2001. 2001 are in a yearbook. But if all the method, right? Who in the world can go to college 2005, graduate 2001? When the stupid people can be running without that, when the stupid people can say, but listen, even though I said it, but people can say, no, they man was stressed. They made a mistake, the man made. So all the people can be running.
What made you stress? The sanction make you stress? It was a sanction,
right? Brother, my man was stressed, man. But all the people can be running without. All the people can be running without story there. That's so stupid people. Stanton, I'm not very clever. But when it comes to politics, I'm on area. When it comes to politics, God gave everybody on a gift. Even Winfred Russell, I will recruit him. Tama will join me. What my lover can burn Emmanuel, they country for all of us. We gotta run the country together. My uncle, he coming retire. We'll take the country over, we'll run the country, we'll get job where last time you will run the country, after job we are, we'll always sit down and see how we run the country here. Everybody will enjoy the country, the country will be peaceful for everybody. We'll get job we are. After Joseph Baga 2029, we'll get job where last time. I bring in Casey Teru, Casey Teru will be press secretary.
After job where it would be Jeremiah Kuhn because he's the vice president now.
No, I was the other job. Hey, Jerry want run 2025. We can also
after Baga will be Jeremiah.
No. That job we have, man. What are you talking about?
One thing, Jeremiah Kuhn is not. It's not.
But Jerry know that right time. Jerry, my friend, you know that he's not winning 2029. You know that one, he's not winning.
Oh, he's not.
You know, my Jerry knows that, man. I think that job we have. What are you talking about? Job we have. Jerry know. Jerry, my friend, you know he's not winning anywhere. He's not going anywhere.
Nathaniel McGill, thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate you. Seriously, we do. We appreciate
you. Thank you, it was fun. It was fun having conversation. It was fun having conversation with every one of you guys. I know you're trying to push me all around. I made my job. I think I do for a living. I do my whole life. I sleep in a politics. I get out of politics. I don't do any other thing besides politics. I enjoy the game. I love this game. I wish all of you well. You know, I want the best for the country. You know, at the end of the day, some people here causing people here and there, not good. All I think that you're wasting your time. But you know, I wish, 2029, see this time after 2029, we all can sit down and see which of the young person can come and get them power. You know, my friend Musa, I know he's listening. He can be anybody, Musa, he can be anybody in the country. But 2029, job well on the time. We can come together and win this country and put the country power. You get some good idea. But okay, job well, we can make the country better. After 2029, we can sit on the table. Levin Snow, Amar Kone. Even Gafon, my man. Gafon, we're in school together. We're all from local countries. But we can't get a country to somebody after 2029 besides job we are. So, you know, Joe, we love Liberia at a time, we'll give it to him. Then from there, we'll see who come out and take it.